Don't go nowhere. Let me give you one. My lady. The sweetest one. I wanna touch you, baby. You're my lady, and I love you, girl. Ooh. Don't you get nowhere. I love you, I need you, I want you, babe. Don't you go nowhere. Let me give you one. My lady. Ooh, the sweetest one. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am the Lady of the Throne, where God dwells within me as me. I am an intuitive reader. I am a spirit guide. I am an earth angel, and I am here to help you, most importantly. These messages that you are going to be hearing today and moving forward into the future. If you are new here, this is something that you must know about this channel. Messages here are called prophecies, which means that they are recorded in advance, typically about 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time. Sometimes it may be a little later, but these energies do not play out on the first day of a new month, not all the time. You do need to give the messages time for them to play out and for them to resonate. As much as it may feel that sometimes when you're listening, it resonates with you in the current moment, these ideals, these prophecies are still going to play out in the future. The reason why I know this is because of who I am. So I want you guys to take this very seriously and only apply it to your life. Do not apply these messages to mine or anyone else. This is for you. This is to help you. This is to guide you. This is to teach you. Spirituality is something that you should take very seriously because God is involved, all right? I just want to leave that as a little disclaimer, okay? Because I have many different people who are not familiar with this and who do not understand. But the easiest way to help you understand spirituality is to start reading your Bible from the beginning to the back, all right? Now, let's go ahead and get into the messages for the month of September. This is going to be the general perspective. This is more astrology, and then I'll get into the actual zodiac sign. Now, we have a new moon in the month of September happening around the 3rd of the month. This is a new moon in the sign of Virgo. Virgo energy is all about service. They are about providing services, okay? This is an energy that is all about work and practicality. So this is a really good energy to help people get into the mindset of getting things in order, getting more organized, whether it be getting your kitchen, your home, your interior design skills may come into play. You may be renovating a home around this time, or you may get the idea to start changing things. If you have OCD, this is going to be your favorite time of the year, because when the energy is heightened, that means that people with OCD are going to have a field day, because this is like their time to shine. So if you guys if you know someone who is like this, you're going to really, if you don't mind, you're going to really enjoy this. You're going to really love this energy that's coming up, because everything's going to be crispy clean. I mean, this is the type of Virgo energy that's coming up. Now, if you are someone who is not normally an orderly person, a practical minded individual, or if you are not as systematic as a Virgo is, then this is also good for you, because this is going to be you stepping into an energy that is not like your own, and you're going to pull on your weaknesses. However, they become strengths during this time. They strengthen. There's going to be opportunities for you to get things in order in different ways. This is a universal thing, so this is going to affect everyone, and it doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are. Now there's a super moon happening around the 17th of September, and this one is my absolute favorite one. Of all the moons in the year, this one right here is going to be my personal favorite one, and the reason why is because it is in the sign of Pisces. And so because there is a full moon in the sign of Pisces, then it means there's going to be an increased level of intuition at that time, okay? And it means that people all around are going to have this like increase in their levels of awareness, and may even experience some supernatural things happening around their lives. Now, Pisces energy and the full moon is all about your intuitive abilities, but releasing things that could have been blocking your access to your gifts as well. So it's a really powerful moon. This is a super moon as well. And so with the super moon, it just means that, of course, things are going to increase. Things are going to have a much more potent effect on all of our lives, right? This is a universal thing, so it happens for like everyone. So you are going to be really sharp about the things that you are able to seemingly pull out of the sky. Honestly, things may just come to you. You may even start to remember some things, especially for the sign of Cancer. You may even start to remember a lot of things about your past life, or you may start to remember things about your past that you forgot about. You just may have these memories play on your psyche, and it just may be really cool to go back and revisit some of these things that you long ago forgot about. And that's just really your third eye, your pineal gland, glowing. You guys are going to have a glow up when it comes to your third eye, because there's going to be a lot of third eye activity for you, Cancer. And it means that there's going to be so many things that you forgot. It's going to be like cool energy, like a pastime, you know, things that you used to love to do, favorite things, favorite movies to watch, favorite TV shows that you forgot about, your favorite pair of shoes you thought you lost pops up out of nowhere. It's just like all these things coming back from your past are good memories that are reminding you. You know, I feel like these things are good, and they're coming back to remind you, hey, get back to that, you know, old Cancer way. Tap back into your inner child, or remember when you were a little younger, life was easier and you love to do this. Remember you love to do this, you know. So there's just going to be things happening like that, and it's really a special time for you, Cancer, especially you. All right, so let's talk about it. September 2024 for the sign of Cancer. This is going to be really different for you guys, okay? Because I remember I think was it July or August? I want to say it was your prediction for the month of August. I can't remember. I think it was, but I remember saying something to you guys about realizing that you really are a healer at heart. Some of you are born to be in the healthcare field. Some of you are born spiritual healers. Some of you are born to help people in a really amazing way. And I felt that really strongly for the sign of Cancer. Now, that is typically what a Cancer is all about. The nurturers of the zodiac. You guys are the babies of the zodiac. So it really is about wanting to be nurtured and like taken care of, but also nurturing and taking care as well. Just think about a little child with a doll, a baby doll, or a little boy with his pet dog. You know how little kids react to things that are smaller than them the same way that you as a mother or a father would treat your child. Your child takes those same mannerisms when it comes to things that are much smaller than they are. You know, I've seen so many little kids at the ages of 1 or 2 or 3. They get, as soon as they find something a little tinier than they are, then they automatically assume the big sister or the big brother role. So that's like, think about that when it comes to you, Cancer. It's just like, you know, if you have the ability to help people, I think that's where God wants you to be. Focus on helping people, but not in like this large scale, massive way, but in very small ways, like hands-on helping people, you know. So there's something here about September that's really special. This talks about Cancer's preaching or teaching others. You're showing others the way. And I think that this has to do with, now you have an understanding of God. Now you have grasped the full concept. And so with this information, you're going to be very serious about getting the word out that this is serious. You're going to be very determined to let people know before it is too late not to turn their backs on God, not to turn their backs on spirituality. You're going to step in because the powers that be, are the ones that were kind of like trying to run the show, were not actually in it to win it. They were not actually in it to help move people toward God. They were actually working for the dark side. And you guys are going to realize that. You're going to actually see how people that you thought were on the good side of things, or, you know, this, it throws you off. Trust me, I know, because I'm experiencing it right now. Like a lot of people around me, you would think that because they drive a normal car, and because they wear normal clothes, and because they treat everyone in a normal way, you'll never really know whose side people are on when it comes to God and the devil. You'll never really know until that is the test. You'll never really know what side a person's on, whether it's God or the devil, until that is the test. So that's a very scary thing, because you could be around people all day and you could trust some people. You could like some people. You could get along with them. You could work around them. You could live with some of them. Because they look normal. Everything looks normal. But see, when you can have the ability to see the spirit or the soul of a person, that's a different story. Because the soul is exactly who that person is. When you meet someone for the first time, you're meeting this person in their rising state, which is why in astrology you have a rising sign. Your rising sign is how the outer world sees you, how people see you when they first meet you. Everyone has a rising personality. So when you first meet people, or when you even deal with these people in your everyday life, the side of a person that you're going to be experiencing, as long as you know them, is their rising. How you interact with people will always be their rising. A lot of people think it's their sun energy. Now I want you guys to understand astrology now. The sun energy, the sun is representing God. So you're not going to really truly get the highest version of a person until this person is on the right side. I'll make that make sense. If a person is not a drug user, if a person is not doing anything to alter their personality or their mental state, if a person is living a pure life, if a person doesn't have any skeletons in the closet, any like horrid things going on, like molesting children and things like that. If a person is just living a really pure life and they're really an innocent person, then the best version of them can actually develop. Now, if this person is a fully developed good person, you're going to meet their sun energy. You're going to meet who they are, where their sun sign is. That's the side of them you're going to see, the best side of them. But at first, you're going to get a person's rising. Okay? And then when you interact with them, you get their emotions. Then you get their moon. The moon is all about what? Hidden information. You're not going to get to the hidden information in a person until you get really, 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 really deep. And that's when you get the hidden information, which is connected to their emotions. So that is why you have a sun, a rising, and a moon. All right. Now, being that you're only interacting with individuals based on their rising personality, right? Because rising, think about that, rising. This is about, think about it like this is like just rising, right? A person, just think about an individual rising. So this is going to be a journey with the person. That's what you're going to get on the journey to know a person, is their rising side, right? The longer the journey, the more this person's going to rise, which is meaning like growing and developing more character, more life. So as you journey with them, if that's like your friend or your cousin or your family member or something, you're always going to get that side. You're always going to get that side. And sometimes you can get the sun side of a person, but that is when this person's in a pure state. They're purists. All right. So I just want to let you guys know that, so that you can understand how interacting with people is like. And so with this being said, you're going to be able to really understand the difference between people who are in their sun energy and people who are just living still in their rising. You're going to understand that by the end of September. And I know right now it may seem a little weird to you, but I am a philosophical, intellectual thinker. So it may seem a little off the beaten path for some people, and some of you, you're following everything I'm saying. But you're going to, by the end of the month, see it. You're going to see the difference in what I mean, and that's going to help you understand that people really aren't living right, and that people aren't really taking seriously God here on earth. And people are really not taking seriously love of God here on earth. People want to destroy the concept. So you're going to be really, really frustrated with this, but most importantly, you're not going to take your frustration out on anyone. You're actually going to use this to start pushing massive amounts of people toward God. It's something about a sermon or worship and prayer skills that maybe you didn't know you had, or a lot of people didn't know you had. And this is why I talk about the rising and the sun. Cancer, you're going to be in a sun energy. Some of you who are called to it. See, you got to be called to this. Now, if you're listening to me and you actually appreciate me and you have love for me, I'm talking to you. All right, this is your message. You're going to be in a sun energy, which means the best, your highest version of yourself. It means that I am going to be able to tell that if I were to meet you face to face, I would know you're a Cancer. Because there's going to be something very, very good about you. It's like you're really connecting to God. You're really understanding the concept of it. You're really understanding what God is working on right now and what God is trying to get people to see. Man, you really are a great student. Because you as a student, you're learning directly from God, the lessons. And you're clearly seeing the people that are not on the best side of things. They're on the like these people want to stay on the dark side. And you're like really trying to help them see what's actually going on here. And I think you're going to be a mastermind behind trying to see. I think you're going to be now trying to cultivate a new way to get the message of God across. Now your work has some type of other meaning that's really, really deep. Your work has a different meaning. I think that you guys are you're going to have a lot of things to say about the injustice of people or a particular person. In the month of September, you're really going to be speaking up about someone that you really, really care about. You're going to speak out about the justice system for some of you. I think people are going to be labeling you as one of those people with a really good head on your shoulders in matters of spoken word or healing work or even intercessory work, like, involving the church and things like that. It seems that people are really going to see you as some type of religious or a spiritual beacon of light. And it helps thousands of people. Some of you may not know the impact that you're about to have on people. Now that you have discovered for yourself who God is, right? Now that you understand what is actually going on and you see the actual magic of God, you see the mystery to God, you understand that this is real and that it is possible for God to be on earth with you right now. Now that you finally get it, it's like everyone's going to know in some kind of creative way that you're going to show it. People, not just the people who belong to your belief system. Let's just say you are a Buddhist, right? Not just the people who believe in what you believe, but a lot of different people of all backgrounds are going to be listening to you. Not just listening to you, but they're actually going to read in between the lines. Because you got to think about it. Nowadays, when people talk about God, they know exactly who they're talking about. Nowadays, when people talk about the Son of God, they know exactly who they're talking about. Nowadays, when people talk about, biblical lessons and real life struggles, hardships, and stories, and they're referring this to God, now people know who that is. So everyone's on one accord now. But when I say everyone, I mean the people in their sun energy. Not everyone is there yet, and a lot of people are on the bad side of things. So I think you guys are going to be, your social status is rising, just like you. A lot of people want to know you. A lot of people want to submit to God because of you. People are going to be making plans and changes in their life because they're going to feel like God is directing them to do that through you, Cancer. You're going to be the beacon of light for these people. You're going to be able to creatively tell these people what you just recently discovered about all of this, their entire thing. You're going to be able to find a way to do it so that you can try to tell people, no matter who's looking and no matter who doesn't like it, the truth. And you're going to find a good way to do it. And people, don't worry about people not picking up the message. Guess what? People are going to be able to read in between the lines and know exactly who you're talking about. They're going to know. They're going to know it. And they're going to have so much love and faith in their heart because you're going to be uplifting an entire community of people and allowing yourself to stand in this new image or this new role gracefully. The month of September for you is all about nourishment. This is going to be really a beautiful month for you. Stay away from some things. I'm going to give you a list of things you need to write it down. If you listen to harsh music like rap, rock and roll, hard rock, I don't care if it's soft rock. Soft rock is really not soft. I've heard it before. It's not. You may need to switch it up just for September. Maybe you just need to go with the softer tunes, soft jazz, soft spa sounds. Listen to, some of those Japanese sounds, Japanese instrumentals, Native American beats. That's the things that I love. You guys possibly need to do that and really mind what you are listening to. And the reason why is because you want to stay in your sun energy. You want to stay in that energy so that you can tap into tap into the highest thoughts. Because if your brain waves are on the right geometric scale, you're going to be able to amplify the message of God to a lot of people and touch them in such a deep way, because it all starts with your mind. What you're trying to manifest, you have to manifest it first in your head. So if your mind is filled with really harsh thinking and you're sending these certain rhythms up there to your brain, and your brain's like up there lighting up in so many different places and going crazy. It's like that game from when you were a little child when you had the little pin thing and you had the doctor lying down, and that little game, and you have to stick the little pin thing in different places and the red light lights up, and it is like you got it wrong. It makes a little noise, and that means move to a different part of the body. I honestly, I've never figured out how to play that game. It's just like, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Because every time I do this, it does that. But it just reminds me of it's giving me that type of vibe. But I really think, this is the kind of month where you guys need to just sit back, get you some crystals, put on your spa music, chill out, consume a healthier diet, like lessen your sugar intake. And honestly, I'm gonna do it too, all right, because I don't believe in being a hypocrite. So if I'm telling this to you, then I've got to do it too. And the reason why I say that is because, like, I really, really, really love what I love. I feel like if I were in Paris right now, I would love it. I would love it because they've got everything I like. But I want you guys to just remember this one word, and I'm going to let you guys go. Cancer, remember one word for the month of September. Write it down and put it like in a place where you're always going to see it every day. Purity. Purity. Purity is the key to your life in September. Despite anything else, there's going to be a massive change in your mind, which means that your life is going to manifest massive change. Your word is purity. From the word purity, create a brainstorming chart or a cloud chart, graph, or whatever you want to call it. And use not like words to associate with the word purity, but I want you to draw, even if you don't know how to draw, but just like draw certain things, whatever comes to your mind. And it may be silly things, but who cares? But by the end of September, you're going to be able to make an association to that. I promise. I cross my fingers. All right? And that's all I have. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. I wish you the best. Thank God. Thank God.